Hey guys, Josh here. If you've seen any of my videos in the past, you know I can kind of tend to keep everything sort of light and I try to have a little fun and everything. But I uh, I kind of am gonna have to be a little more serious here at the moment. As I'm recording this right now, it is Thursday. What the hell is it? The uh, the 14th of August here, and we just found out that this past Monday that Robin Williams committed suicide. And I generally don't care about celebrity news. I never follow anything about them. I couldn't give a shit, whatever. If they're coming a show or a movie or something, I'm interested in, all right. Anything else about their life, I don't care. So, like, anytime any other celebrity has kind of committed suicide, it's never bothered me. You know, Philip Seymour Hoffman or Kurt Cobain or Heath Ledger, whatever. It didn't affect me in one way, form, or another. But for some reason, this Robin Williams thing is really kind of tearing me up. And I think it's because he just seemed like such a big-hearted, compassionate guy that tried so hard to make everybody everybody else's life better. And I've never met the guy. It'd been great if I had, but all I know him from are TV shows and movies and stuff. And I'm in these past few days, I'm finding more and more out about him, like how much stuff he actually did to help people. Like he would constantly go off over to the put on shows for the troops out in whoever forward operating bases, whoever out in danger zones or whatever shit. There was even a thing where a St. Jude's Children's Hospital Make a Wish girl was dying of cancer, and she wanted kind of like the Patch Adams experience, which was a movie that Robin Williams did, and they couldn't afford it, didn't have enough money, so out of his own pocket, he rented himself a private jet, flew all the way to Greensboro, and spent the entire day with her, just helping her get her wish. And it's things like that I think is like kind of like affecting me because it's like such a loss when good people like that go. It's terrible. And I'd always thought that he was a really happy person because on his outgoing personality, he'd always seem like so full of energy and happy and do everything he could to make other people's life better. But apparently he had pretty bad depression that kind of led to this. And like I said, I never followed anything, so I didn't know that, but apparently it was pretty widely known. But with his suicide, it has got me thinking, and I unfortunately have had to deal with more suicide in my life than I would like to have to deal with. So I just want to kind of talk to you guys about my experience and hopefully try and open up your minds if anyone needs help or anything. Uh, Obviously, I haven't committed suicide. I think everyone goes through times when they're unhappy and they're feeling low and whatever. But most people come out of that. But I've never had to deal with this great depression or anything, which is great. But there have been 2 points in my life where someone I knew had to, and it's been about a decade ago when I lost a really good friend to suicide. It was my freshman year in college, and I moved away, and then I talked to him on and off or whatever. But then one day, I got a call from one of our friends who told me that my buddy Ross had killed himself, and it made no sense. And apparently he was got depressed at some point in time for some reason, and I don't know, but he wouldn't talk to any of us. I mean, he had bunches of friends where we would have put down anything to kind come and help him, talk to him, hang out with him, do whatever we had to do, to kind of like help him out. But he never told anyone, didn't tell anyone. And one weekend, his parents went out of town, and he was at home alone, and no one had heard from him for a couple days. So another mutual friend went to go check on him and went to his house, and he went into the house, and he went up into his room and went into his closet, and he found my friend there who died of a shotgun blast to the head. And it's I can't imagine what he had to go through. But the last time I even got to see him was before I left the college, because obviously you can't see him after that. So it still makes no sense to this day as to why he wouldn't have, tried asking for help or anything. I don't know what, obviously what goes through people's minds when they're truly depressed and all that stuff that they have to live with. But it's just, I don't know. The thing that I think that people don't understand is, yeah, you're totally feeling down and terrible, and you think this is the only way out, but and you feel like you're alone. But the reality of the situation is, you if you choose to do something like that, you leave a void in everybody else's life. There's more people that are affected by you than you can either comprehend at the moment, or you just don't realize or anything. I don't know what it is, but at his funeral there were easily 200 uh, of us that like, went to school with him, plus all his other friends, all his family stuff. There was that many people that were affected by him just giving up. Uh, so I guess like a lot of times the people in depression don't realize that. I mean, I'm just guessing here and everything, but I don't know. It's still a decade later. It still makes no sense. But then I also had another experience as to where I was had a phone call at it was probably like 7 o'clock at night, and I remember exactly uh, what happened in the beginning. And my mom answers the phone. She goes, "Hey, I got a phone call." So I answer the phone. I go, "Hello," and she goes, "Hey, Josh, this is so and so. I'm thinking about killing myself." And the first thing I said was, "Why would you want to do that?" After that point, everything else that was happened was said, whatever, is complete blur. But I remember just kind of sitting at the foot of my bed on the floor and talking. And we were on the phone for an hour and a half maybe. But I can say that because of that, 16 years later now, it's been 16 years now, she is still alive and she's happily married and going about her life. And I can say that that was probably one of the best hours and a half of my life that I've spent. And I don't know why she chose me. I mean, we really didn't have much of a connection other than we were in the same grade and we are both in band together, and maybe we just kind of like passed each other in the hall a couple times. Never really talked to her too much, but she chose me for some reason. I'm glad she did, because 16 years later, she is still happy. She's still alive and she's happy and she's living a nice, happy life. So, having to deal with both ends of the spectrum, I can truly say that if you're in some form of funk, depression, or whatever, talking to someone can and hopefully will help. I am a testament to that fact that yes, it will in fact help. So I just wanted to kind of put this out there in case anyone is having any sort of kind of issues or anything in life, and they're just you know trying to, I don't know, things aren't going the way they would like them to go. If you have an issue, talk to someone, anyone, doesn't matter who it is, a family member, a friend, a stranger, whoever. Talk to somebody, because it can help. So I just kind of want to leave you guys with this. Talking to someone may seem like it will be difficult, but it is the easiest way to save your life. Thanks for watching.